Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. Come on in. Let's get the volume up. Come on in, come on in. Hey, 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 I'm gonna turn this light off because it's shining too bright. Come on in, come on in. Welcome, welcome to the Contractors Lunchtime Chat. Glad to have you guys here. Let me pull my notes back up because it timed out on me. So glad to have you. I hope you're coming today because either you're thinking about starting a business or you already have a business and you're not sure what you want to do next, where you want to take it next. So come on in, come on in. I'm so glad to have you guys here today. I love having these chats with you guys during the lunchtime hour. So come on in. Let me pull up my notes. Definitely, you know the drill. If this is not your first time, come on in. Tell us who you are and where you're joining from. And if you have a business idea, go ahead and pop that in too, because that's what we're talking about here today. And here's the goal of our chat today. If you're in a place of indecision as to maybe, what you're going to start your business doing, or maybe you're thinking about taking it to another level and maybe adding another division to your business and what you're doing, that's what we're going to be talking about here today. So come on in, introduce yourself. I have it. Okay, here's my notes. And we're getting ready to dive in. So today we're talking about, did I pick the right one? Hold on. Business ideas for beginners. So, hey, Crystal. Hey. Thank you for joining us. I see Keith's in the house. Keith is in the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. Welcome, welcome. We have Rose Wilson. Hello. Crystal's in the DC area, indecisive. Well, let's iron that out. So make sure you stick around to the end because I opened it up for Q&A. All right. Tracy from Michigan. Hey. Tracy, I got your email. You should have received an email with the link to schedule your call. So definitely use that. Tracy's in the boot camp as well, VIP. And so she's talking about her call with me. So you should have the link in your email. Cameron, if I'm saying that right, from Dallas, Texas. You're down the street from me. Welcome. So you're doing truck dispatching and just getting started. Awesome. Hey, Angela, and Angela's in Atlanta in the boot camp. All right. So glad to have you guys here today. And so today we're going to be talking about business ideas and, being indecisive, as Crystal said, as to what you want to do. And really just how to move forward, because I do know if we're indecisive in what we're going to do, then it's hard to move forward because that's a big piece and it kind of dictates a whole bunch of things that we would do after the fact. So definitely we need to get that ironed out. So come on in. Thank you guys for joining. Come on in. So we're talking about business ideas for beginners. For those of you that are new, I do see a few new people here. My name is Felicia Streeter, and I help small businesses just like you, contractors, entrepreneurs, transition into government contracting and win some government contracts. So I'm here to help you guys set that foundation and teach you how to bid contracts. Okay. So come on in. Yeah. If you came in late, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from. Glad to have you. And we're going to go ahead and dive in. And I'm going to share this out to let everyone know we are here live and getting ready to dive in. So here's what I want you guys to do. If you are not sure what you want to offer in your business and you need some help coming up with an idea, kind of let me know where you're at in the process right now over in the comments. Okay. And then I'm going to definitely give you some things to think about as we talk about the training here today. And that should also help you in determining what you want to do. So that's the goal. Even if you don't leave here today knowing exactly what you're going to do, that's fine. But let's get some ideas flowing so that you can make an educated decision, like maybe later today or tomorrow, because you can always sleep on it, but don't take too long in making the decision because then you're going to stay stuck and we don't want that. Okay. All right. All right. So let's dive in. Welcome, welcome. So go ahead and definitely let us know who you are, where you're joining from. All right, so we're talking about business ideas for beginners. And when I say beginners, I just mean that you're getting ready to start something new. You could already have one business and you're thinking about starting another business. I have people come to me all the time saying, hey, I want to get into government contracting, but they don't know what they want to offer to the government. Matter of fact, I just got off a call about 30 minutes ago with a guy that's already an entrepreneur. He has multiple streams of income, but he's looking to get into government contracting, but he doesn't know what he wants to do. So he's going to be joining us inside of the boot camp, but the Contractors Edge Bootcamp for you guys that don't know. So he's going to be joining us inside of there. We're going to iron that out, doing one of his VIP sessions, and then get him set up to start bidding and winning some government contracts. So let's dive into the content. Tamara's here from Paris, Texas. Hey, hey, hey. I wonder how far that is from Dallas. I have a couple people on here from Texas. So welcome, welcome. All right. So let's talk about some ways to come up with some ideas for your business. And even some of you guys that maybe you have multiple things that you're thinking about offering to the government, I always like to narrow the focus because there's more to it than just saying, hey, I'm going to offer this one thing or these 5 things, and then you think you're going to chase them all. It's hard to be effective that way, especially when we want to start building up some momentum. So it's always great to narrow the focus in the beginning. And then as we start to expand our resources, we can expand our offerings, okay, if that makes sense. So welcome, welcome. I see you guys jumping on. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from. Come on in and let us know. All right, so here's the thing. Let's talk about coming up with ideas. The first thing I want you to think about things that you're good at. And let me just tell you, and I'm talking from personal experience, that a lot of times we think things that is easy for us is easy for everyone else, and that's not the case. I had to learn it the hard way, but that's not the case. So think about what you're good at, what comes easy to you. Think about the things you enjoy doing, and that, like, when you think about it, you can't wait to jump into it. Or if, say, you're working on something, you go to bed at night and you're just thinking about it all night and you just can't wait to get back to it. Those are the type of things you want to start looking at as you decide what you're going to offer in your business. So definitely think about things that you're good at, things that you like doing, that you enjoy doing. And then when I say enjoy doing, I have another, is a past client, and she has multiple streams of income. And so she just started this new stream of income, and she creates products. And so she says, no matter my mood, when I start creating my products, it's like I'm just in a whole different vibe and I feel really, really good. So think of it like that, things that you can work towards, or when you're working in something and it makes you feel really, really good. It could be something that's a hobby right now for you and you really enjoy doing it. And so now you're going to turn it into something that you can make money from. Okay. Also, that's my phone. Also, you want to, in selecting these things, think about things that you have some type of knowledge in as well. So you want to be knowledgeable, something that you're good at, things that you enjoy doing. And I think that part about things that you enjoy doing is really, really important, because if we want to do stuff that we really don't enjoy doing, then we could really go to a job for that, and it's less stress, less hours, right? So in picking whatever you're going to do in your business, make sure you pick something that you enjoy doing. I think it's really, really crazy as entrepreneurs. We make ourselves do something that we don't enjoy, and we're the boss, right? It's crazy. So don't be a bad boss to yourself, is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So with that being said, if you're in a place of indecision, not sure about what you want to do in your business, if you've come up with some ideas, pop down in the comments. Let us know, maybe what you're thinking, something that comes easy to you, something that is a hobby right now, or something that you enjoy doing. Let us know in the comments, okay? And I'm over here looking. And Tamara says, okay, you're only about 2.5 hours away. Okay, cool. Awesome. We have, I don't know how to say this name. Shahida, I think, in Atlanta. Welcome, welcome. So Crystal says, I don't know what the possibilities are. I like to help people and find solutions to problems. Awesome. So think about this, Crystal. What type of people do you like to help? Are they adults? Are they women? Are they children? Teenage moms? High school students? Narrow that down. And what type of solutions or problems do you like solving? Okay, so kind of think about that as we move on. Shahida said, I said it perfectly. Awesome. Glad I did that. I hate butchering up people's names. So cool. All right. So yeah, if you want to share where you're at with that, definitely pop it in the comments. We're going to keep moving, but I will come back over here. So think about that, Crystal, as we move on. So now here's the thing. Once you decide what you're going to offer, and if you're in a place of indecision, like I said, you don't have to decide it right now, but definitely put a time limit on it and figure that out like in the next day, because you're holding yourself up and you're wasting time. Okay. So after you do that, and you kind of figure out what you're good at, what you like doing, hobbies that you have, that kind of thing, then you want to look at who do you want to be your customer? And we kind of jumped into that with Crystal here, right? Because I asked her, what type of people, because she said people. Well, what do you mean by people? Is it women, men, both? Young people, millennials, who is it? Children, right? Teenage girls, high school students, elementary. It could be a wide variety, but narrow that focus on who the people are, right? And then also, for her, the solution, what solutions do you like to solve, right? So in saying that, now we're talking about who do you want to serve as a customer? Who do you want to have as your customer? And so that was a great example to give you with Crystal. But think about this. No matter what you're going to offer, people buy just about everything. I say this all the time. People buy just about everything. It's all about getting out there, positioning it, and being seen and being heard, and then being able to back up what you're saying. And so when you think about your customer, then think about, do you want to work with residential customers? And this is not construction, just construction. A lot of times people think I'm talking just construction because I have a background in construction. Most of the things that I teach you guys is not industry specific, unless I'm talking to you directly. Sometimes we may get into that, but most of the content that I share is general for everyone. Okay. So I see you guys still popping on. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Let us know who you are and where you're joining from. So think about it. Do you want to service residential people? So those are, residential customers. Do you want to work with other businesses? Do something B2B, working with other small businesses? Do you want to work with corporate companies, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Lockheed Martin, Walt Disney? I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm just giving you some example. Ford, GM, like who do you want to work with in corporate if that's what you want to do? Then you also have your city government. A lot of times I'll have people even come into the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, and sometimes they'll say, I just want to do local work. Nothing wrong with that. It's your business and you should make those decisions. And I call that deciding your business preferences. Okay. Let me turn off my notifications because they're like really popping. Okay. So, you have your city government. If, that's the government entity you want to work with. You also have your county government. Those are two different entities. And then you have your state government and the federal government. And here's what I want to say. I'm not saying that you have to pick one over the other, right? Ideally, what's going to happen in knowing what you're going to offer, it will kind of tell you who's your customer, because you have to figure out who is buying what you are selling. That's the first thing. And then you look at, okay, I only want to stay local. I don't want to, go all over, move from state to state, working on opportunity. So you have to decide that. Okay. Now, once you decide who's your customer, and again, you don't just pick them and say, okay, I'm going to have the city be my customer. You need to make sure they are buying what you are selling too. So you got to validate that. Now that you know what you're going to offer, who's your customer, now we want to talk about what's next. Because a lot of times what happens and people are stuck is because they know what they're going to offer. They decide, oh, that's who's my customer. And then you go about your business and you think people are going to come find you. You always have to be proactive. I say this all the time in the community, in the boot camp. You always have to be proactive. Theoretically, if you have a business, and I don't care what stage of business you're at, even you guys that are trying to figure out what you're going to do, that's still a process. And so there should never be a place or space where you're just sitting, waiting, being reactive versus being proactive. Okay. Always think, if you don't know what to do, like, what can I do to be proactive? What can I do to move the needle, right? To get me closer to my goal. Always ask yourself that. Okay. Now, in doing that, what's next? You have to validate your customer. Go out there and find your customer. Find, as Crystal said, your people, right? Go out there and find them. Where are they at? Because you need to be able to have a conversation with them. And I'm not saying one-on-one. It could be on social media or anything, but you need to know where they're at so that you can speak to them. Okay. So you need to find your customer. Once you find your customer, you need to figure out and find out what is required to work with them. Okay. Residential people may say, we want to see referrals. They may want to see that you're registered with the Better Business Bureau, whatever that is. Like, what does that take to work with them? What does it take for me to have in place to put them at a place of being comfortable working with me? So what is required, right? And then if you look even further, think about corporations, or even larger companies that you may sub work from. They're usually going to have some type of vendor program, meaning you're going to have to register with them before you can actually do work with them. Again, they're doing the same thing. They're taking your information and they want to validate who you are or who you say you are, right? And your capabilities of what you say you can do, right? So you want to make sure you're always working on this, always building your base of customers and always finding out, what do I need to do to work with this customer? Because here's the thing, if it's a company where they require that you register as a vendor with them, sometimes it's just not that quick. Okay. Yes, you can go on the website, you can submit all your information, fill out the application, but somebody is going to validate and verify the information you provided, which means it's going to take a minute. And let me tell you, I haven't seen many cases of this at all, as to where, because you waited to the last minute, they're going to rush your paperwork through because, oh my gosh, here's this opportunity that you want to bid on with them. Because in most cases, they have plenty of people bidding their work in most cases. So they're not like pressed to get you through because you waited to the last minute. And here's the other thing I want to tell you guys, and I tell my people this all the time in my community: don't think that another company is going to feel your emergency is their emergency. And here's what I mean. Just because you waited to the last minute to do something and now it's oh so urgent, don't think that they're going to jump up, okay, drop everything they're doing because you waited to the last minute. I don't see that happen very often at all, unless it's something that's going to benefit them. So in other words, it's still not for you. And so you don't want to take that chance. So that's why you need to know who's your customer. What do you need to do to work with them? What are the requirements? Okay. We know at the federal level, you have to get registered to do work with the government, right? If you plan to win a federal government contract, we know number one is you need to be registered in the SAM registration system. That's step number one. Is how they pay you. And I'm sure you're not going to go do it for free. So you want to make sure you're set up in that system so that they can pay you, right? And again, that's not something that happens overnight. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for some people than others. But understand, you can't wait until you see an opportunity to bid and then think, oh, I'm going to go get registered with the government. It does not work like that. Okay. So again, think about, what do I need to do? What do I need to be working on? How can I be proactive? Okay. So now you know who's your customer. You know what you need to do to work with them. What are the requirements? The next thing is, how do you find contracts? How do you find opportunities to bid? Now, depending on who's your customer, it's going to be different, right? Now, in many cases, it could be through a vendor registration. Okay. So I do know, like with the state, same thing with the federal government, when you register in their systems, now you have access to the opportunities. Okay. So that's one way. If you're working with residential people, you have to figure out, how will you find out their needs and being proactive. You can be reactive and wait for them to reach out to you, but think about, how can you be proactive in doing that? Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Another place you can look for opportunities is through, on the government level, is, let me see, beta.sam.gov is what it's called right now. They're still updating it, tweaking it, and things like that. But that's another source of looking for opportunities. Now, there's a lot of ways you can go online and to different websites and look for opportunities. I even have people that say, hey, I'm looking at BidSync. What do you think about that? And that's a paid resource. I don't know. I've never used a paid resource to find leads, but I'm not saying do or don't. You have to do your own due diligence, do the research, and see if it's something that's going to benefit you. Me personally, what I've found is, because a lot of these places that you'll register, and I'm talking like state, city, county, federal, where they send you the information directly, I get a lot of stuff that does not pertain to me specifically in what I do. So I don't know how they're sourcing that in their back end system, but I see that an awful lot. So that's why I think it's important for you to know who's your customer, and it's important for you to know what is required, one, to work with them, and how can you go find the opportunities and be proactive in doing that versus waiting to see what they send you. Because I have people come to me and say, oh, they're sending me stuff all the time via email. And my question is, okay, so how many have you bid? Because if you haven't bid any, then they don't pertain to you. And then how many have you won? And the other thing you have to think about this, when they're sending you these opportunities, they're sending you based off of NAICS codes and things like that. You still have to consider your capacity to perform. They're not looking at all of that. They're just seeing, and it's matched through a system. So it's not like they're doing it manually just to see, oh, okay, Crystal does social work, right? And so this is about social work. Let me send it to her. Maybe I forgot where Crystal is. I think she may have said Atlanta. I don't remember. But say she's in Atlanta. This project is in Texas, and she has no desire to come to Texas and work. So that's not even a good opportunity for her. So you see what I'm saying? You got to be proactive. Go out and look for what you want, the type of opportunities that you want, and go find them. Okay? So that's very, very important. Now, let me share with you briefly the steps to becoming a government contractor. Okay? One of the things is you have to, and this is whatever you do, like whatever level of government, or even if you just decide you want to do corporate contracts or, private sector work, like commercial, residential, doesn't matter, business to business, you have to have your entity structure set up. Now, residential and some other things, sometimes they're okay with it. It's an individual thing that you don't have an actual business set up. But when you start getting into corporate and the government, they want to see a legal entity structure set up. With that being said, in order to get registered in SAMS, you also need your DUNS number, tax ID number, bank account. Okay. So there's some things that you need to have in place. No matter where you decide to go, if you plan to be a legit business, and if you ever have the desire to take advantage of business opportunities, like, for example, the PPP loan, the EIDL loan, Well, they did open it up to self-employed, but you know, ideally you want to have an entity structure set up, and there's some legal things attached to that too, you know, so that they can't come after you personally and all that stuff. But I won't get into that. You can consult your CPAs and attorneys for that. Just know that it's always a good idea to have an entity structure set up. If you're going corporate or government, it's required. Okay. Now, on the government side, the next thing, you have your business foundation set up. Now you need to get your government foundation set up. And the next thing is registering in the SAM registration, registering your business to let them know who you are and what you do and how they can reach out to you. So that system is not just to house your information. Contracting officers use that system to find things. And I think somebody sent me an email. I think they're on here. I can't remember. But anyway, where a government agency reached out to them because they're doing their market research. Well, how did they find them? SAM registration. Now, the other piece of that is other companies can go and do research and find you as well. Say they're looking for subcontractors or things like that. So it's a multi-purpose system, if you will. And so it's required too. So you want to make sure you get registered there as well. And then the next thing is you want to apply for any certifications for which you qualify. Okay. I'm not talking about a GC license. I'm not talking about a CAD certification. I'm talking about the certifications that the government gives you as you apply and you qualify for them to be used within the government arena, as well as a lot of corporations do as well. So I'm talking about, for example, your, let me see, woman-owned small business certification. I'm talking about your minority business enterprise certification, your disadvantaged business enterprise certification. So I'm talking about your state and local certifications, right? And then I'm also talking about your federal certifications, which is your woman-owned and your federal hub zone. Most states have a state hub as well, certification. And then you have your veteran and services able vet certification. What am I leaving out? I said hub zone. Small business certification, and then you have your 8A. But if you're here watching me here, you're probably not ready for the 8A. Most of my people that's ready for the 8A come to me directly, wanting to work with me privately one-on-one because they're just at a different level. And so if you're just starting out, the 8A is not a viable option for you yet. A lot of times people think that they can jump into it because, oh, I've heard about this and it does wonderful things and I'm going to apply, and they get rejected. So you want to make sure you're ready for that program because one, it's a 9-year program, one shot, hit or miss. And you want to make sure you're able to maximize all of the 9 years, because I've seen a lot of people take that to the multi-million-dollar level within the 8A program, because it's a wonderful program when you know how to use it correctly and maximize the resources that they provide. Okay. So certifications are done. So let's recap. So you've registered, right? You first set your foundation as a business. You've registered with SAM. You've applied for all the certifications for which you qualify. The next thing is to what? Find your customer. Who's your customer in the government marketplace? All right. Once you find your customer, the next thing is you can start looking for contracting opportunities. You can also look at your customers' forecast, see what they have coming down the pipeline for the fiscal year. And in addition to finding opportunities to bid now, you can also start preparing your business to be positioned to bid on those opportunities as they come out in the future of that fiscal year. Okay. Once you find the opportunities, what's next? You're going to have to bid the opportunity. Okay. In that, you need to have your bid process in place. You need to know how to read those solicitations, break them down, pull out the requirements, and then in turn, take that information and put it into your proposal. And then you'll submit the proposal. Delivery method could be different. Sometimes they'll say fax it, depending on how big it is, but they may say fax it. They may say email it. They may say send it via mail. And then sometimes you can just put your numbers into a system, especially when they're just asking for the number. Like, tell us how much would this be? And you type in the number, the dollar amount, and that's it. Okay. So it depends on what the delivery method is, but they'll tell you in the solicitation. And that's why it's important to read it. A lot of times people think they're going to skimp through the solicitation. And when you submit on that solicitation, you're one saying, I've read it. And yes, if awarded this contract, I commit to do everything that's in the solicitation. So that's why it's very important to read the solicitation to make sure you know what you're putting yourself and your company on the hook for. Okay. Then if you're awarded the contract, what's next? Deliver on what you promised. Now, this is where your expertise should kick in. Now, I get you guys to the deal table, right? It's up to you to close the deal and deliver on the deal, right? And so you have to make sure you're able to deliver on what you promised in that proposal. And then after that, it's pretty much rinse and repeat, right? Now you know how to do it. And so you continue that cycle for the duration of your business, okay? So if anyone, I'm getting ready to open it up for Q&A. If we have anyone here that you're needing some help in deciding what you're going to offer to the government or even in your business in general, go ahead and pop that in. Let's have a quick conversation about that. And maybe I can help you in facilitating that, okay? So as those pop in, let me just share with you. I see I have a question about opening back up my coaching. And I have another question I see about the boot camp. So I'll talk about that while I'm waiting for you guys to pop in any questions. If you have any other government contracting questions, go ahead and pop those in as well. I'm here for you while we're here. I always like to open it up for Q&A. So here's the thing though, if you guys need support in this, I know I covered a lot today in, getting your government contracting business up and running. Do know that the doors to the Contractors Edge Bootcamp is open again. Our next session starts in July. I believe it's July 14th. But here's the thing. You don't want to wait until then to register. You can if spots are available. But last session, it filled up. And so we closed the doors early because it's a small group. And the reason is because just like I'm going through the feed here and I'm talking to you guys individually as you have questions. Well, we're on a Zoom. It's video conferencing. So you can talk to me, right? And I can see you as well, but you get individualized help in your business and getting those bids done, because the ultimate goal of the boot camp is to get your first bid done. Okay. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying I'm going to hand you a bid, because sometimes people think I'm going to hand you a bid. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to do the work. I'm going to teach you how to go out and find one, and you need to go find it, bring it back. Now let me help you with it. Okay. This is not a come and get fed. This is a come and learn, and I expect you to execute and do the work. Okay. So just know that. And so the ultimate goal of the boot camp is to get your first bid done. And here's the thing. So once you sign up, let me just tell you, you get immediate access. You'll sign up, put your information in, create your password, and then you have access to the training modules. And just because we start in July, if you need to set some foundational things, you need to sign up as soon as possible, work on those things. So when we get to the live sessions, you're ready to bid on an opportunity. Okay. Now, not to pressure you, it's self-paced. You can go at your own pace because you have lifetime access to the training material. You'll have 4 weeks of group access to me unless you select the VIP option. Okay. And so in the boot camp, just so that you know, we're covering everything I talked about here. Getting registered, picking your NAICS codes, doing your certifications, or your capability statement. I didn't say that, but that's your marketing tool that you'll use with the government. There's templates in there for that. How to find your customer, validating who's your customer, how to find opportunities to bid, how to put together your bid process, how to read solicitations, break them down, pull out the requirements, how to create your proposal template. Yes, we create a template, and then you tweak it for every opportunity. So there's some things, yes, you'll change out, but at least you have the structure in place, because let me tell you, if you're starting from scratch every time, it takes a lot of time, and they don't give you a lot of time to put together and submit on an opportunity from the time they put it out to you. But that's not a big problem, because in the marketing, there's something else we like to do to kind of offset that, if you will, and try to keep our ear to the ground and be proactive and know when things are coming down the pipeline. And one of the great things is the forecast. Okay. So if you're interested in the boot camp, you can go over to firstbiddonefast.com and you can sign up right there. My mouse isn't, where is it? I got to find it so that I can look at what you guys said. There it is. Okay. So I'll go ahead and put that link in for you guys. And then we're going to open it up for some Q&A. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, I answered Crystal's. I said that. Asper, hey, from Fort Worth. You're just down the street the other way. Welcome. This is your first time. I don't remember you. We got Eric. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Sareed from Atlanta. I hope I'm saying that right. We have Bridget from, oh, we have a lot of Atlanta people. Hey, 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 hey. Maybe I should come to Atlanta and do something live one day. Not right now. Kay says, hey, Felicia, when will you open back up your coaching? I think I talked to you before for one-on-one. It is open. Someone just signed up yesterday. So this is June. We have 2 spots left this month because I don't take on as many people as I used to. So as of right now, there's a couple spots open for this month. If you're looking to get in that, definitely, Kay, you can shoot me an email and I can send you the link to get signed up, because if it's who I think it is, we've had a conversation, I think me, you, and your assistant. So if that's you, definitely just shoot me an email and we can get you signed up. Because to work with me privately, we have to have a conversation, but we've already had one, so we're good to go. So Crystal says, I already have an entity set up for real estate. That would be quick, I think. Okay, awesome. Great. Okay, so you're going to do real estate. So now, I remember you saying you want to help people and solve problems. So, and not to say you can't do it through real estate. I'm just trying to figure out what your thought process is. Tell me how that relates. Okay. Asper says, I'm thinking about a staffing business. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, the government buys staffing. Corporate does too. Even small businesses. I've used staffing agencies as well. So nothing wrong with that. That's great. Risa says, I missed it. Hi, I remember you. Hey, hey, hey. I think you said you were going to join us for the boot camp. I can't remember. Angela says, I'm a realtor. How can that license be utilized? I can't remember. Is this Angela in the boot camp? I can't remember your last name. So I'm a realtor. How? So yeah, you can use your real estate license. They have HUD opportunities. I'm sorry, through Department of HUD, the HUD agencies and housing and things like that. So that's one avenue. And I mean, you also have government agencies themselves that buy property or lease space, for the agency itself. So definitely there's some opportunities. It could possibly be this one, I'm not sure of, but even with the military, there could be something there as well. That part I'm not sure of. Okay. Angela says, I own a small skincare company. Can that be used in government contracting? Okay, so I don't think you're the other Angela. Nope, her name is a different last name. Okay, never mind. So I own a small skincare company. Can that be used in government contracting? Possibly. When you say skincare, I don't know exactly what. That's something we would definitely have to research. A lot of times I tell you guys, if you want to validate what you offer to the government, you want to do a NAICS code search. Let me see. I have a blog post on that. If I can find it, I'm going to click over here real quick. If I can find a link, I'm going to share it with you. Okay, here it is. And so, Angela, anyone else, you can use this link. I'm going to put it here. And you can kind of research that. Hey, April, welcome, welcome. From Florida, thank you. Asia, hey, hey, hey. I got my husband on board and we are going to be contracting his psychiatric services. That's awesome, especially with the veterans. That's great. Yeah. I had a client, he does, I forget, but he's in that field too, and he does contracts with the VA a lot. Oh, okay, awesome, April. April's in healthcare and staffing. Awesome. That's a great field too. Okay. Yeah. Angela said, no, I'm not in boot camp. Yeah. I got the last name, so I know that's not you, but welcome. Nevertheless. April says, do you think there's opportunities for healthcare staffing agencies? I have a couple ladies here in the Dallas area that does healthcare staffing and things like that, and they have a couple government contracts. Yep. We have I don't know your last name. You're in New Jersey. Welcome, welcome. And you own a marketing consultancy business. Should I register as a minority-owned business with the state and the federal government? Yes. If apply for any certifications for which you qualify. So if you're a minority, yes, apply for those certifications. Definitely. Asia says, oh, okay, he is certified to do psychiatry with the VA already. Awesome. So then you're, I'm assuming you're already set up in SAM. You have your certifications, all of that, Asia. So it's about finding opportunities to bid. Yeah. Whether you're going to be a prime or a sub. And he's licensed in a few other states. That's awesome. I see possible teaming arrangements for what you guys do as well. So yeah. All right. Any other final questions? I put the link if you want to do a little research of the NAICS codes and kind of figure out if the government buys what you sell. There's a blog post. I just attached that link. If you're interested in the boot camp, I put the link for that as well. Definitely come on in and join us. We already have people signed up for the next session, and you get immediate access so that you can get started right away. So definitely come on in and join us for that. We had Kay ask about the coaching one-on-one. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, send me an email. Again, we have 2 spots left for June, and I open it up just depending on how many people I have in it, because I can only do so many. And so right now, I know this month we'll take 2. I don't know if anyone falls off next month or if they re-up. You know, we may not take any in July. So definitely, if it's something you're interested in, I always say, you know, when you make the decision, you want to take action, because you just never know how things are going to change or turn. And if you've made the decision that, you know, this is something you want to do, then you need to implement on it and not sit around and wait. Okay. Whether it's working with me or somebody else, I don't care. There's enough to go around for everybody is how I look at it. And sometimes I know I may not be the one for you to work with, you know, it may be someone else that you have better synergy with or something like that. And I'm okay with that. I'm still here, you know, serving you guys, you know, free information every week, really twice a week, because I put out a video on Thursdays as well. And then, you know, I post various things on social media. I have a big presence on Instagram and Facebook. And then I'm on LinkedIn sometime posting as well. But my main place of where I'm at is right here, where I can connect with you guys, theoretically almost face to face, but you can see me. So you can just kind of get a feel for who I am. All right. So if there's no other questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, because of course I went over as usual, because I like to open it up for Q&A, and I'm okay with that. I don't think I have anything scheduled coming up here. Asia says I already read that. Sorry. Okay. Asper says, do you need an intern? I'm a full-time student and disabled vet. I do not. Now, what I would say is, you know, what are you an intern to do? What? Right? Definitely you can come and pop that back in and let other people know, because you just never know. I mean, we have some wonderful things happening in the boot camp where people are collaborating and looking at doing teaming arrangements and things like that together. They share resources and opportunities that may benefit someone else because they've heard about it. It's not for them, but they do share it with the other people in the community. So you can definitely pop that back in. Okay, so April says, I have the SAM, the cage, and done, but don't know how to do the that's probably the contract piece. Then April, I would say, come on into the boot camp. Come on into the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. It's all about getting your first bid done and teaching you how to bid opportunities. So yeah, I would say definitely come on into the boot camp. And you can start working on that now. When people join the boot camp, they don't wait to the live sessions. They go to work. doing the live sessions. One lady came to the live sessions with 18 leads. That's 1-8. Another one had 3. Of course, there's no competition, but what I'm saying is through the training material alone, people are taking action and getting results. Another one had come to the first live session saying, oh my gosh, tomorrow I have this meeting with this large company that I'm looking, they want me to sub some work. What should I say? What should I do? And so I helped them through that while we were on the live session. So don't think that you have to wait until we come to the live sessions to start doing work and for things to happen. That's not the case. You can definitely start right away. Okay, so I'm gonna put that link in again because Asia is asking first. Be it done fast. So that's the link to sign up for the boot camp. And you can also go over to my website, Felicia Streeter, click on boot camp on the navigation bar, and it's the same thing. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and end for today. I do thank you guys for coming, joining me. Do me a favor, 2 things. Usually Kevin's on here and he facilitates this for me. He's like my rock star. But if you enjoyed what I shared with you guys today, if you liked what we talked about, definitely go ahead and like this training. And I ask that because it allows it to be shared more. And I know, especially right now, there's a lot of people looking to start a business. And so we want to share this with as many people as possible. And the more likes and things like that, that's possible. Because here's the thing. Remember, I said there's enough to go around. The government in itself spends billions every year with small businesses. I can't even do all of the work. And I know you can't either. And so I believe there's enough for everybody. And so we always want to share resources. And since this is a free resource, for sure, definitely like the video. You can share this out to your social media. That's awesome as well. You can, tag me when you share it so I can see it and thank you accordingly. Definitely, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that and turn on the notification bell. So when I go live like this, even if you didn't see the post on social media, you'll get the notification to say, hey, Felicia's live. And then you can come join us if you want to. Or you'll also get notified when I drop new videos on Thursday. And so you can get notified about those too, just so that you can, stay current and continue to learn through these free resources that I'm sharing with you guys. Okay. Alondra is new here. Hey. She says, is there government opportunities for real estate agents as well? Yes, you can go back and watch the replay. Somebody asked me that and I kind of shared some ideas of where they could get some opportunities. Alondra says, my cousin is asking. Okay. See, now I'm going to say your name wrong. Okay. Shahidra, I think I'm saying it right again. Says, will we be able to view this video later? Yes, it will stay up in the community here on my channel. So you can always come back and watch the replay. Angela says, I am so happy I came across your videos. You bring great value. Well, thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Ladra is co-signing what Angela said. So thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Asia says, if you do the regular boot camp, can you get upgrade? Yes. Okay, so Asia says, if you do regular boot camp, can you upgrade to VIP later? So a lot of times people, just to get their spot and secure their spot, they will go ahead and sign up for the regular boot camp. And then maybe they're waiting on money to come in, that kind of thing. They'll add the upgrade later. So yes, I do allow you to do that. You just have to reach out to me so I can send you a special link. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and get started with the regular and then say, oh, I want to upgrade to the VIP, you just shoot me an email. Okay. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to let you guys go. We went an hour instead of 30 minutes, but that's okay. It was great conversation. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to come back next Tuesday, same time, same place. And here's the other thing. Definitely on social media, you can DM me and things like that. On Instagram, I'm over at Felicia Streeter. If there's a topic you would like for me to cover, I'm open to hearing that. I just like to share things that will help the masses, if you will. So, but definitely if you have topic ideas or things that you would like for me to cover that can help you guys in your journey, definitely DM me over on Instagram. Okay. Asia says July is advertised. Is June still available? So Asia, what you're asking me is you can get into the boot camp at any time. Okay. So when you sign up, you're going to get immediate access to the training material. So if you read through it, it tells you that. I know it's a lot of writing on there, but if you read through there, it tells you that. What it's saying is the live sessions start in July. So you haven't missed anything. What it does is when you sign up now, it gives you time to go through the material, set the foundation. And then when you come to the live sessions, really, you should have questions. Because if you are sitting there and you don't have any questions, I mean, I'm going to call you out anyway. But what I'm saying is you should have questions because you should be working on your business and you should come with questions. In addition to that, we're going to focus on getting your first bid done during the live sessions. But it's great if you can already come knowing who's your customer, because then we can say, okay, ideally, you may come with an opportunity to actually bid versus having to say, okay, I haven't found one and you need some help. So it just gives you a jump start to get in early and make sure you have your foundation set. So you haven't missed anything, Asia. It is right time now. If you're just finding it, you're coming in at the right time. You haven't missed anything. Delta Street, you're almost last name like mine, says, thank you so much for your patience. No worries. Hey, Kiki, you are new here from Atlanta, new to contracts. Awesome, awesome. So we're going to go ahead and end, you guys. Definitely, if you're just popping on, don't forget, like the video, share the video. And if you're coming in late, watch the replay. All right. We'll be back here next Tuesday. And until next time, I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.